This is the marquee event of the season, the biggest race of the season, and it's the one that kicks off the Gatorade Cup Series season number 11. This is the Daytona 500, the first Gatorade Cup Series season number 11 race, the biggest race of the season. On pole for this big event, the 44 of Leon Campana. To his outside second is the 83 of Max Rossi. Then third, Gatorade Duel number 1 winner Jonathan Buford. Starting fourth, Gatorade Duel number 2 winner Derek Hamill. And rounding out the top 5 is the 31 of William Bullen. Sixth place we have Brandon Beal in the 9. Seventh, it's Jonathan Rains. Eighth for Jake Galloway. Carter Friesen in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is the 2 car of Luke Rainey. For the rest of the other, Sebastian Kukulon. Inside of him is the 12 of Bronson Minnick. Then we have TJ Henley, the season 9 winner of this race, who's outside the 17 of Casey Nanico. Then there's the 5 of Jeff Bright and the 1 of Diego Yepes. Then we have Jake Richardson with Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the 47, along with Roman Fenway and the 14 of Levi Shones. Then there's Antonin Charlebois and the 33 of Michael Gregory, with Nathan Green and down to his inside, the winner of the Pennzoil Truck Series Geico 250 and the Target Series Hershey Kisses 300, the 28 of Riley Spurleytube. Then there's Marshall Burrow, the winner of this race last season, and to his inside, the 98 of Tyler Fink. Then there's Jay Jefferson and Steve Morgan, the 26, with Clash winner Eli Bright, Evan Hunter to his inside. Then we have Kashawn Richardson and Trey Rainey, the 18, with Anthony Fox, last season's Gatorade Cup Series champion. Down beneath him is the 55 of Zachary DeLello. Then we have Brett Sierra and the 07 of Scott Gregory, with John Smith and Freddie Soto, the 82. Then there's Cole Luigi and Anthony Hernandez, and rounding out the field, 41st Griffin Lynn, 42nd, the 19 of Riley Sampson. There are the 42 cars that will do battle in the Season 11 Gatorade Cup Series Daytona 500. Let's fire these engines up with this starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
42 engines roar to life in Daytona Beach, Florida to do battle in the biggest race of the season. 42 drivers woke up this morning knowing they have a chance to win the great American race in the Gatorade Cup Series, the Daytona 500. For 40 of them, it may be their first time winning the event. For 2 of them, they're looking to go for their second in the Gatorade Cup Series. Hanley won this race back in Season 9. Marshall Burrow won it last season in Season number 10. 40 drivers looking for their first ever Gatorade Cup Series Daytona 500 wins, and a lot of storylines on the line. If Riley Spurleytube wins today, he'll be the first driver in Joe Wright League history to win all 3 races in the same weekend. Eli Britt looking to win his 28th Joe Wright League race, which would put him among the most in history. Green flag, we're racing at Season 11 at Daytona. Making moves in the pack. Leon Campana leads the first lap of the season from pole position. Rains moves low to get to second. Here comes the 12 of Bronson Minnick looking out of line. A little bit 3 wide further back. There goes Rains for the lead at turns 1 and 2 down beneath the 44 of Leon Campana with the push by Bronson Minnick to get clear. Now Minnick's going to hang the left to the inside down the back stretch up the super stretch of the race. First time at full song. There goes TJ Henley, the Season 9 winner of this race, looking 3 wide, but Bronson Minnick's going to stay clear, or will he? Hanley gets the side drive to get the 12 back to him. That was a big move out of TJ Henley to get up to that quarter panel, get him back there. That is a veteran Gatorade Cup Series driver behind the wheel right there. And we know it. He's had 10 seasons of competition under his belt. This is his 11th Daytona 500. He's the only driver here today that has started every single Gatorade Cup Series race. 3 wide, Jake Richardson for the top spot in Daytona. Help from Roman Fenway, the 43. And Minnick looked to make a move to the middle, but saw the 96 down there and thought better of it. Richardson to the front. He's out clear. But now Fenway moves low. There goes Charlebois, the 16, looking 3 wide for the race lead. And back behind Charlebois, giving him the boost forward. That is Riley Spurgeon in the 28. Watch for him throughout the race. He is the biggest storyline coming in here. If he wins, he will win all 3 races in a weekend. First time would ever be done, would be in the history books. We've come close many times. Had some drivers win 2 races in a weekend. At Pensacola, most notably, of course, Las Vegas, when Luigi did it a few seasons ago. But no one's been able to complete the feat. We'll see if it happens here today. Almost 4 wide in the pack, as Tyler Fink and Steve Morgan got close and physical. Evan Hunter moves low for 3rd. Heads up from last season's Daytona 500 champion Marshall Burrell. It's a big race for Jay Jefferson, that black 78 car, 3rd on the inside. If he wins here today, as now they're looking to go 4 wide. But Burrell finds a hole to get up in line. Oh, that was heads up thinking by everyone in that pack there, especially Roman Fenway. Let off the gas to let that 7 in line. Smart move there. But if Jay Jefferson wins here today, that black number 78 at the bottom of the racetrack, it would be his 20th Chevrolet League win in history. That's a big mile marker. It's a big, just big accomplishment to reach. 20 wins. That would put him only drivers ahead of Riley Spurgeon to the Rainies and the Brights. That's big company to be a part of. Hunter moves to 2nd, getting by Tyler Fink. Here comes Trevor the 18. 8 Gatorade Cup Series veteran to the bottom, but there goes Zachary DeLello out of line. Has help from Brett Sear in the 99. Freddie Soto, the 82 there as well. It's still Jake Christian out in front of the Gatorade Cup Series Daytona 500. Brings Evan Hunter down to cover the spot. Coming around, this will be the 5th lap we've completed so far, as we've had some close moments in the pack, but no crashes yet. Sierra for 3rd on DeLello, in front of Freddie Soto. Here come the Hendrick boys. Leading that train is Anthony Fox, last season's Gatorade Cup Series champion. Hernandez, the 48, moves down to his inside. Brett Sierra now going to try and help his teammate Evan Hunter, but no, he'll move to the inside of the 6. How about that? Shuffle his teammate high. Sierra to 2nd for a brief moment, but now gets put middle of 3 as Freddie Soto and Anthony Hernandez move down low. Trey Rainey and John Smith with a huge head steam on the bottom of the racetrack. Soto to 2nd with a push from Anthony Hernandez to the 48. Riley Sampson, the 19, started 42nd. That was last. He's up inside the top 10 already. 4 wide behind them. Jeff Bright Johnson. Buford or Rubin. Buford, though, moves back up in line to get clear. Up front for the lead. They're racing side by side. Freddie Soto moves to the front. And Anthony Hernandez looks 3 wide for the lead. Out of line goes the 48. Pack racing at its finest in Daytona. There goes Riley Sampson. Up to 2nd. Help from Kashawn Richardson. Casey Nanico, the sophomore, on the inside. Help from Nathan Green, a Gatorade Cup Series rookie. Richardson, 3 wide to 2nd. Kashawn down low. He'll move to P2 as they come off turn number 4. Casey Nanico up to 3rd in his 2nd Gatorade Cup Series season. Kashawn looked to make the move down low, didn't have the run to go. He moves in line front of the 17 for now. Front 4 clear. Green trying to fend off Eli Bright. There goes Kashawn to the inside of the 48. And here comes Clash winner Eli Bright in the 24 car. He has 27 Chevrolet League wins to his resume. If he wins today, it would be win number 28. A big milestone for him. He would put him alone as the winningest Chevrolet League driver in history. And if he were to win today, it would be his 11th Gatorade Cup Series win, which would time with Levi Jones for the most in Gatorade Cup Series history to this moment. But to the inside, the Gregorys are coming. Scott Gregory pushed from Michael Gregory, Season 4 champion of the series. As Kashawn Richardson leads the way, he has 2 teammates behind him. Richard Childress, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd on lap 9 of the Daytona 500 in Season 11. That'll change as Michael Gregory moves low. How about Fitzwater, 3 wide for 2nd. The Aussie to the inside. Heads up from Season 9 champion of the series, Levi Jones. And Season 5 champion, Cole Luigi. He also has a storyline coming into this race, which kind of got changed once he didn't perform well in the Clash or the duels as Fitzwater flies by Kashawn Richardson to move to the front. Cole Luigi, if he wins today, be his first Gatorade Cup Series Daytona 500 win, which is basically the only thing he's missing in his career. besides a Southern 500. He's won a Gatorade Cup Series Championship, a Target Series Championship, a Pentel Truck Series Championship. He's won the Indianapolis 500. He's won the Pepsi 600. He's won the Brickyard 400. He hasn't won the Daytona 500 or the Southern 500. Those two races will look to change here this season. Reigns back up to the front, moving for a second on Levi Jones as Fitzwater pulls way out front. Jake Galloway pushed from Luke Rainey. They move to 4th and 5th. Luke Rainey, also big day for him. If he wins today, not only would it be a Daytona 500 win, which is something he's has said openly he wants more than anything, but it'd be his 27th win overall in the Joe Bright League, which would tie with Eli Bright and Jeff Bright for the most in a three-way tie at the front. But he's now 4 wide with the 9, the 5, and the 13. But once again, they sort it. Great job by these drivers sorting this 4 wide moments. We've seen about 4 or 5 of them so far today. How about this? 4 cars break away from the pack. It's Fitzwater, Reigns, Jones, and Galloway. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then a whole lot of cars behind. Minnick up to 5th. Bullen with them. Yepes with them. If those front 4 ever get side by side, if the 96 moves low, which looks like he's trying to do right there, there goes Jones low. It's going to give Galloway a nice run, but the 96 should clear that 14 because he has the drafting help. See Jones get back up in line. Minnick trying to emerge from the pack. That's what this is going to do. Everyone on the bottom lane, once they get clear, they're going to start to just kind of latch onto the draft in front of them. They're going to gain some time. That's going to allow that pack to spread out a little bit. Then they'll get clustered back together once they get back going. So Fitzwater enjoying his time out front right now. Reigns just committed in 2nd. He's fine with where he is. Minnick moves up to 4th by Jake Galloway, falls back to 5th. Bullen is now 6th. Protube 7th. Capano, our pole sitter, is 8th. Rossi, who started 2nd, is 9th. And then they're side-by-side 10th on back. That's Nico and Yepes side-by-side. Minnick looking for 3rd on Jones, but the 14 stays with the 96 at Jonathan Reigns up top. It's kind of interesting how this happened here. I mean, the pack just kind of spread out. And now they're single file for the front 10. This could possibly just be a time in the race. We're 11 laps in, coming to 12 laps in. It's not really a point in the race where you want to be going hard. You know, you kind of know what your car's going to do at this point in time. Just kind of, you know, just hang back, put your feet up. Don't do anything too crazy so you don't crash out the Daytona 500. We've already seen some 4 wide moments. Maybe that's what these drivers are scared of. They don't want to push it 4 wide any longer. And so, you know, the pack kind of starting to get spread out there. Bronson Minnick's not playing around. He wants to move to the front as quick as he can. He's moving on Jonathan Reigns for a second here. If he can stay down low, he'll have the position, but Reigns does clear him with the drafting help. And Riley Spurgeon moving low for 4th on Levi Jones, but the 14's going to cut him off. Riley Spurgeon up inside the top 5 towards the midway point of this Daytona 500. Minnick again with the peak down low, but didn't have the legs to make it work. 17 laps of racing remain, and the Gatorade Cup Series Season 11 Daytona 500. There goes Bronson Minnick for a second. He's not waiting around, but can't get to the inside of the 96 quite yet. It's this single file here. Here's the pack, if that's what you want to call it. Very spread out. It almost reminds me as if someone had a problem, and then they kind of spread the field out, but no one has a problem. All 4G cars still in this draft. Minnick this time will stay beneath the 96, and everyone goes high. No one wants both the 12. Max Rossi is his savior down to the bottom. Spurgeon splits middle of 3, puts Jones up top. Can anyone pass Zachary Fitzwater Sr. though? And now Minnick shuffled out by Max Rossi. 16 to go. Pole sitter Campana pushing the driver's start outside pole. Max Rossi. The drivers start on the front row are right now 2nd and 3rd. Now Rossi moves up. Gives the bomb to the 44. Gives the bomb to the 31 as well. It's just very interesting how this pack got spread out. Once they get clumped back together, they'll be fine. This is just kind of moment in the race where it's a very spread out pack. William Bullen couldn't hold it tough on the bottom. Jones with a nice run up top. Now Rossi going to try and have a run and a swing and a crack at the 47 Zachary Fitzwater Sr. The Season 11 Daytona 500 is halfway done. 15 laps to go in the Great American Race. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. leads. Max Rossi is 2nd. Dan Campana is 3rd. Jones now 4th, getting by Bronson Minnick. And Riley Spurtube is lurking, going for 5th. Schoen's going to move low down the backstretch on the 44, who stays tough with the 83 for now, pushing Max Rossi clear. He's going to get that 44 clear as well. How about that no 3 wide at all in the pack? It is all double file here at Daytona. As they come off turn number 4. Max Rossi had a run but stayed in line. And once a move is made for the race lead, if one is ever made for the race lead, that will start the big cycle that will get this pack back together. But Rossi and Capon are just staying committed. Teamwork right there. They don't want to make the pass quite yet. Schoen's tried to make it. He didn't have the drafting to make it work though. This time out the super stretch, what's going to happen? Campana will be the first to break low. He'll go with Schoen's, but Schoen's goes 3 wide. Can Rossi push himself clear? He will. But Campana couldn't clear. Schoen's to 3rd. Spurtube to 4th. Galloway is 5th on the inside. A little bit of 3 wide back there. Fox middle lane. Jefferson's up top. 13 to go in Daytona. And it's Zachary Fitzwater Sr. leading the charge around Daytona. And this is just interesting to me. We've never seen anything like this. 42nd is 4 seconds back of the race leader. You don't see that at Daytona. Up the super stretch of the race. There goes Levi Schoen's for 2nd. He's had enough of Max Rossi. He's waiting around. We'll see if he can get down there in the 83. I think Rossi's clear again. That's frustrating as a driver when you can't make those moves work, can't make them stick. Spurtube shuffled high. He'll drop back in the 28. As others start to come forward, Jake Richardson. There goes Minnick for 3rd on Schoen's. Richardson down low with Eli Bright, Tyler Finke, Pez, and others starting to come back forward. Can Max Rossi, the driver who started 2nd in the Daytona 500 this race, can he do anything with race leader Zachary Fitzwater Sr.? Minnick is now 3rd. Schoen's down in line 4th in front of teammate Jake Richardson. Can Stewart-Haas Racing play together? I think the answer is no. 3rd and went with the 14 there. Tyler Fink out of line looking 3 wide. As Minnick and Rossi go side by side for 2nd. 12 barely got the nose to the inside of the A3. It worked out for him. But it's still Fitzwater leading the charge. Can they do anything with them? 11 laps to go in Daytona. Eli Bright into contention. As drivers start to shuffle back on the outside. There goes Eli and Jake Richardson for 4th. As the 14, his teammate can't come with them. Minnick, that's the best run someone's had to Fitzwater in quite some time. Can't do anything with it off turn 2. Minnick in the draft, looking for a run, looking for the push from the 14 of Levi Schoen's. He'll make the move to the inside with the 14, and Schoen's will go 3 wide for the lead. Schoen's to the inside, 3 wide for the Daytona 500 lead, coming to 10 to go. Fitzwater backs out. I think it's on from here now. This might start the shuffle that we've been looking for. Dead even, back to the start-finish line. Schoen's lead with 10 to go. Now Eli Bright's a nice run. Is he going to go 3 wide? It looks like he will. Eli Bright 3 wide for the lead. Has the push from Tyler Fink and Carter Friesen. Kashawn Richardson with teammate William Bullen behind him. And now the pack 3 wide at the front again. There goes Fink. Fink with Carter Friesen behind. A few cars have lost the draft. Riley Sampson, the first of those drivers. Tyler Fink to the lead in the Daytona 500. The cars that lost the draft, Scott Greger to come down pit road. That might be why. Lynn Kukulon, Trey Rainey, and Riley Sampson have lost this draft. They're right now out of contention for the Daytona 500 win. But still about 38, 39 cars on the shot. Carter Friesen and Tyler Fink are side by side with 9 to go. Kashawn Richardson goes 3 wide. And the last driver of the shot is Brett Sear in the 99. He's currently scored 37th. We have 37 cars with a shot for the Season 11 Daytona 500 win. Now Freddie Soto for the lead. Roman Fenway with them. There goes Luke Rainey. Michael Gregory on the inside as well. Fenway 3 wide on Freddie Soto and Kashawn Richardson. Can the 29 clear? No, by inches. He was so close. Fenway to the front. And Luke Rainey is up to 2nd in the 2 car. How about 5 laps ago we were talking about how spread out and single file it was. Now we are 3x3 pack racing with 8 to go. Now the question is, who will time this charge through the field right? And will we get a caution that might change how the shuffle is going to work? Michael Gregory to the front. TJ Hanley is second. Fox, the Gatorade Cup Series champion, up to third, but there goes Riley Spurlitube down low. 2 champions push away together. Michael Gregory and TJ Hanley get down first and second. Are they going to try and work together to the end of this race? Gatorade Duel number 2 winner, Derek Henley, dominated that duel. He's up to the 5th on the inside, behind Brandon Beal, the 9. 7 to go. 3 cars break away single file. Spurlitube will be the first to break low. That's on TJ Hanley for second. Jay Jefferson back behind 3 wide. As mentioned, looking for his 20th Joe Rudd League win. And Jonathan Buford, one of the winningest drivers in Joe Rudd League history. One is Gatorade Duel, the first one. Can he win the Daytona 500? Riley Spurlitube riding in second. Hanley's clear in third as well. Can he get down front? Jay Jefferson. Those are 2 wily veterans. Hanley in his 11th season of competition. Jefferson in his 10th. Hanley gonna break low on Spurlitube for second again. And 6 to go at the start-finish line. Michael Gregory in control of the Daytona 500. There goes Jay Jefferson 3 wide for second. Goodbye 28 up top. Who will time the shuffle right? Jefferson to second. Can he run down Michael Gregory in the draft? He'll get up and get the draft to Hanley, which might clear that 21 up top. Watch Hanley get a nice run, maybe cross under here. There he goes, back to the inside for second. And it's John Smith, the 0-0, 3 wide back behind him. That's for 4th. Putting Riley Spurlitube up top 3 wide. John Smith for middle lane. And Hanley back up to second, coming to 5 to go. Smith on the inside. Nathan Green on the inside. Marshall Burrow, last season's Daytona 500 winner. Jonathan Rains. Casey Nanico. Hernandez in the 48. There goes Hanley for the lead. To the inside of Michael Gregory, Jay Jefferson, John Smith go down. And Hanley to the front. Jay Jefferson to second. Jefferson for the lead with John Smith. Up the super stretch of the race. John Smith didn't know what to go. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead. John Smith to the front. 2 rookies, first and second, as Nathan Green moves to second. Now Green for the lead with 4 laps to go in the Daytona 500. A yellow flag would end the race. Jonathan Rains peeks out of line. Casey Nanico goes with them. Yepez and Jeff Brett on the inside. Leon Capana or Polstead are coming back. And Jake Galloway's on the inside as Rains clears and pulls away. Nanico goes up with them. Trying to get in that draft and close in. Yepez moves middle lane. There goes Jeff right to the inside on the 5. Jefferson goes down to the middle. Nanico clear in second. He'll try and run Jonathan Rains down. As they're gonna go 4 wide behind. If they wreck, the race is over. Car freezes and blows up. And around they go back behind them. They're crashing. The yellow flag is out. And Jonathan Rains will win the Daytona 500. Carter Friesen blew up, and then they wrecked. And they're still wrecking. Cars are everywhere. And cars compiling in. Jonathan Rains will win the Daytona 500. 3 to go. The yellow flag is out. That's it. A ton of torn up race cars. Riley Spurlitube's Daytona dream has just ended. Look at all the cars involved. Hunter and Trey Rennie, Kashawn Rich and Brett Sierra, Fenway, Sampson, Luke Rainey driving away, Max Rossi, Tyler Fink, Jay Jefferson was sideways, Zachary DeLello involved, Anthony Fox. Not many were ahead of it. Jonathan Rains is going to win the Daytona 500. Second place will belong to Casey Nanico. So Carter Friesen blew up on the inside. They were 4 wide. It looked like it would have sailed the 4 wide, but then they crashed. Let's see what happened to bring out the caution, which will end the Daytona 500. 2 things to focus on here. This 4 wide with the 78, the 7, the 20, and the 12. And then this blue 34 of Carter Friesen who's going to blow up. As they go through 3 and 4, Friesen right there. Engine expires from Eli Bright. He has to slow. It slows the inside. Burrow down into Jake Richardson. They go up into Jay Jefferson. Right there, if they could have controlled their cars, no yellow would have come out. But Burrow spins completely sideways. Brings out the yellow. 78 comes down. Clobbers the 39. How about Michael Gregory avoiding it? And look at the carnage back behind from there. And Michael Gregory did a great job. Richardson comes up, clobbers the 99, the 28. There's Steve Morgan and Zachary DeLello piling in. I mean, this crash happened for quite some time. There's Sierra coming off the wall with Jake Richardson. And then we had others piling in from that second pack that got slowed and were out of the draft. So another look at this. If that 7 maybe just stayed higher. If that 70, I think Jay Jefferson was just a little too low. If he could have been, quarter of a lane higher, they probably could have made that work. Look at Richardson come up and clobber right there. That will end the Season 11 Daytona 500 under the yellow, just like we saw last season in Season 10, in which this driver, Marshall Burrow, won the event. This season, he's sitting in the crash. And it's Jonathan Rains that will win the Daytona 500. Look at Eli Bright, William Bullen, John Smith, Hernandez, Fitzwater, who had a dominant car today, Cole Luigi. That's Max Rossi driving through the grass. Evan Hunter trying to drive away. And right here, Kukulon, Trey Rain, Riley Sampson, and others come into this pack and absolutely clobber Evan Hunter and some others. There's Griffin Lynn involved as well. So the caution ends the Daytona 500 early. Jonathan Rains is going to win the race, as Casey Nack and Jeff Bright were side by side back behind. Rains will come back around, see the white flag, then we'll see the checker flag. So we'll come back to the checker flag. Jonathan Rains will win the Season 11 Daytona 500. Jonathan Rains back in the Gatorade Cup Series is going to start out his return season on the right note. Checkered flag is up. Jonathan Rains wins the Season 11 Gatorade Cup Series Daytona 500, the 11th driver to do so. Nanico, Jeff Bright, and others come across the start-finish line. Jonathan Rains wins the race in the 96 car. Let's go see the finish results from the Daytona 500. Here are the finish results from the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. We had 1 caution flag for 3 laps, which ended the race early, and 11 lead changes. 12 drivers saw the lead here today in Daytona. Winning it at the end, Jonathan Rains got out front at the right time. The yellow came out as they wrecked behind him. He beats Nanico, Jeff Bright back to the line to win. Nanico second, Jeff Bright third. The Ekapon from the pole gets 4th, and Jake Galloway gets 5th. Bronson Mankin 6th, Diglia Pez 7th, Nathan Green 8th, Derek Hamill 9th, and Michael Greger, after narrowly missing that crash, ends up with the top 10. TJ Henley gets 11th, Jonathan Buford 12th, Levi Jones 13th, Anton Charbonneau 14th, and Jay Jefferson 15th. Freddie Soto gets 16th, Riley Spurley 2 could not complete the sweep of the weekend. He ends up in 17th here today. So close yet so far for the 28th. Tyler Fink gets 18th, Luke Rain 19th, and Roman Fenway gets 20th out of the day. 21st goes to Riley Sampson, 22nd Anthony Fox, 23rd for Zachary DeLello, 24th Max Rossi, and 25th because Sean Richardson was the last car to finish the race. 26th on down, out from the crash. Cole Luigi and Trey Rainey, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., the dominant car of the day, led 11 of the 30 laps run, but gets 28th after being involved in the crash. Evan Hunter, Brandon Beal, Steve Morgan, Sebastian Kukulon, Brett Sierra, Jake Richardson, Griffin Lynn, Carter Friesen, Anthony Hernandez, William Bullen, John Smith, Eli Bright, Marshall Burrow, and Scott Gregory, all out of the Season 11 Daytona 500. Let's go see the point standings. Here are the point standings. 1 race in, so nothing different from finishing order. Some drivers that led laps, like Fitzwater, definitely going to jump up a few positions because he led the most laps, but if driver led a lap, they might get a position or 2 here or there. Otherwise, not much difference from how these drivers finished the Daytona 500. Rains, Nanico, Jeff Bright, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Everyone that finished inside the top 5 is top 5 in points. Everyone who finished inside the top 10 is top 10 in points. Look down at the rest. There's Sampson, Fox, DeLello, all these others. So you can see Fitzwater jump up a few positions. He finished 28th, is now 26th in points because he led 11 laps here today. As you look down at the rest of these drivers, not starting out the season on the right foot. They can always turn around, though. Still tons of racing left to crown a champion, crown more race winners, as race number 2 of the season goes to Rockingham, North Carolina for the Gander Outdoors 400. I will see you guys then.